Yes, I'm Bill. Welcome to today's class. Today I'm going to talk about our next herb, the Chinese traditional medicine. This herb called Dysosma Versipellis. Okay, so it is a such hard pronounced word, so in the rest of the class we'll use DV instead of Dysosma versipellis. It is more convenient. And as the figure shows, the DV sleeve has one unique characteristic. It is such a, it looks like an umbrella, and it has flower and even fruits. So today I'm going to talk about four topics about the DV. The first is a brief introduction about DV. And second is some main functions about DV. And if I talk about the functions of DV, you can realize that actually DV can treat a lot of regular and common diseases in our regular day. So there are a lot of benefits of DV. And topic three is chemistry content of DV. So there are a lot of very complex chemistries in it. And topic four, there are several important facts about DV that you guys need to be aware of. So first, it is a brief introduction about DV. DV is a species of flowering plant in the barberry family Berberidaceae, and it is native to China, and it is national protected plant. I mean that in China, the China need to protect this plant because it is almost rare and it is almost extinguished. DV has quite a broad sparse distribution in the dense shady forests of South and West China. So, although DV has a broad distribution, but it is really sparse. So you can find DV in an extended area in China, but the amount of DV is diminished, and it is not really a lot, not really much. And it is designated as vulnerable. DV can grow to 50 centimeters tall and 20 inches broad. So it is not a really small plant, but also not a really large plant. Just medium size and umbrella-shaped leaves and dark red tubular pendant flowers in spring. There are several characteristics of DV, so you guys can recognize it. And so it leaves looks like umbrella, and the flowers is dark red like this. So the middle figure shows the flower of DV, and the rest of it shows the leaves of DV. And actually, there are a lot of functions of DV. It can treat a lot of diseases of regular people's. So first, it can treat pyogenic infections, and so uh, you should prepare DV and add dark brown sugar, and you should eat twice daily. So it can treat pyogenic infections for you. And it can treat heart furuncle too. So you need to steam DV, which is weighted 5 grams, and pounded the root of it, and then mix the steamed DV and the root of it together, and put the medicine on the affected area. And third, it can treat scrofula. So boil DV, which is weighted 50 grams to 100 grams, and Huangjiu, which is weighted 100 grams. So what is Huangjiu? Actual Huangjiu is a traditional Chinese wine. It is a very delicious wine, and you guys can buy it online and drink the medicine. Yeah, and it can treat for shingles. So first you need to powder the root of DV and mix it with vinegar. And the product should be put on the affected area. So there are a lot of diseases else that can be treated or alleviated by DV. Okay, so grind DV, which is where they fry 5 grams into juice and drink it. And this method can treat sore or throat. If your throat feel really painful, you can try to grind DV and drink the juice of DV. And it can also treat bruises. So grind DV, which is weighted 5 grams to 50 grams into small particles, and drink these particles with alcohol twice daily. And it can treat if toxic snake bite you. And there are two methods to treat the toxicity from snake. So first, you need to crush DV, which is 15 grams to 25 grams, and some drink. So you need to divide it to two parts. The first part you need to drink with alcohol, and the second part, which is the rest part, you need to put them on the affected area. And the second method is to crush root of DV with baijiu. Baijiu is also a traditional Chinese wine, and you can just buy it online and either drink it or put it on the affected area. And be careful that you should put 10 grams each time. And the treatment for felon. So you should boil DV, which is weighted 20 grams, and you should prepare pig dung, which is weighted 100 grams to 200 grams, and some sugar, and just eat it. So it can alleviate filagram. I don't know what the word is, but I actually spell for you guys. Okay, and the last disease that can be treated by DV is the fatigue. If you feel really fatigued, if you feel you have no power, why don't you try to eat DV, which is weighted 15 grams, and steamed pigeon or chicken or pork. Just choose one from these three foods. Pigeon, chicken, or pork. Just choose one of it and eat it with DV. And there are all common diseases that can be treated by DV, and all I can find online. So you guys can see there are a lot of diseases that can be treated by DV, and it is why China consider DV as a national protected plant because it is really helpful and effective. And there are some chemicals in DV. So in the stem and root of DV, they contain I will try to pronounce it, but maybe mistake. Photophyllotoxin and deoxypodophylotoxin. Just I don't know how to pronounce them, but you guys can see that actually I spell them for you, so it will not lead to the mistake. And that can prevent cancer. So these two stuffs can prevent cancer to some degrees. And also, the DV contains astrogallin, hyperin, quercetin, camphorol, and cytosterol. So these chemicals actually contribute their power to functions of DV, and that's why DV can solve and alleviate a lot of diseases. It is such helpful and such effective. And some important facts about DV. So first, please protect this herb because the amount of DV diminished over time. While it is quite hardy in temperature zones, surviving temperatures down to -10 Celsius, but it considers vulnerable. So please protect it. And actually, it is really interesting. It is quite hardy in that low temperature, but it diminishes over time. It considers vulnerable. I think it should be considered strong, but I don't know why. But this is the phenomenon of DV. And I find a very interesting point is that DV actually is toxic. But you guys remember that I told that DV can trade it if you are bitten by snakes. It can trade the toxicity from snake, although it is toxic. Although it is toxic, it is a very interesting point, and it is really hard to understand. So in China, Chinese believe that the toxicity from herb can solve uh, can solve the toxicity from snakes or other stuff. And I will give you an example to make you understand this idea better. All of you guys know 1 minus 1 equals to 0. And the first one is the toxicity from herb. And the second one is from the toxicity from snake or other stuff, and the zero means no toxicity. So 1, which is the toxicity from herb, minus 1, which is the toxicity from snake, equals to 0, which means no toxicity at all. And Chinese believe that the toxicity of herb can just eliminate the toxicity from snake in our body. Our body can help with this process. And it is kind of shock to me because I never heard about this idea. And I cannot understand why it works because actually a lot of people try it and it works, but I don't understand why it works, and I do not know the science behind it, but it works. And I guess maybe it is how uh, the Chinese traditional medicine is so mysterious and attractive, and because it is a lot of things that cannot be understood by me. So this is a fact of TV, and this is whole content we talk about today. Thank you so much. I'm Bill. See you next time.